value and that's a takeaway. So how can you do it for your kind of videos? If you're an influencer, it can just be through entertainment. You've really just got to understand your audience to understand what value is to them. And if you don't understand your audience, I'm sorry, but you're really going to struggle. Spending a couple of hours trying to figure out exactly who you're targeting on the other side of the camera can save you months of experimentation on TikTok. Now, the third thing every single viral video had in common is that it got a lot of engagement. You might think it got a lot of engagement because it got a lot of views, but no, it got a lot of views because it got a lot of engagement. TikTok basically scores your videos on the amount of engagement it gets when it first gets pushed out. And the higher the score, the further they'll push it out again. And the process just repeats itself until you have a viral video. So if when your video first gets posted, you get a lot of likes, a lot of comments, and a lot of saves, and a lot of reposts, you're going to go viral. But to get those metrics, you need value, you need some form of entertainment. It just needs to be a good video. And sometimes you need a reason for people to do the actions. Like give people a reason to comment by asking them a question. Give people a reason to save by saying that it's going to be a lot of information, so save it so you can come back to it later. But honestly, when I spoke about value on the previous point, if you nail your value, the engagement will come anyway. Now, I've had some videos perform in the millions and some in the hundreds of thousands, and honestly, the main differences between them are simply just the popularity of the topics, which is why I included that first, because it doesn't matter how good your video is. If it's on something that people aren't interested in, it's not going to do very well. Now, if you want a part 2 to this, because there are so many other things I can talk about, just comment how to make a viral video and I'll get it out soon. And a reminder here that we only have 100 spots available for people to join our TikTok Academy in February. Our next launch is on the 21st of Feb. In the TikTok Academy, you get structured, in-depth courses on creating your own content strategy that actually works, mastering your hooks, mastering your TikTok SEO, becoming a better content creator, and you get live content from our TikTok coaches, and you get entered into our growth games where you can win hundreds of dollars just for growing the most on TikTok. So if you don't want to miss out on this, just click the link in our bio to sign up to our priority list, where you'll get access first on the launch on the 21st of Feb.
Your content strategy is the ebbing and flowing between trying to go viral and trying to make a ton of money. Okay, and I just want to be very clear, these are not the same thing. Holy cow. To have a bunch of followers does not mean to make a bunch of money. This is the biggest mistake that I see creators make, which I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Later in the video, I'm going to talk about the 3 stages of your content strategy, so we'll get to that, but I want to talk more about this. If you are only making money through brand deals and ad revenue, then yes, just try to go viral over and over again and you will be frustrated and you will never truly make very much money. If you want to provide a service or a product and use your audience to send traffic to it, okay, then it requires different amounts of content, okay? This is a concept called top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, all right? If I just want to go viral, go do something crazy. Go shake your butt on screen if you're hot. Go flex if you're ripped. Go do something really funny. Make fun of somebody in Walmart. You'll go viral, okay? If you want to get rich, go teach accountants how to use AI for their sales process. Do you see the difference there? Like, so many people want to be like CBum or, you know, some of these girls like Alex Earl, or whoever, you know, Kai Cenat. Like, that's fine. The surface area for success over there is so small. Okay, you have to be so massive, like millions of followers, even more than that probably actually. Over here, you need like a few thousand, like 10,000 maybe, and you can make millions of dollars if you do it right. Now let's talk about how to do it right. Let's talk about top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. What this means is your top of funnel is the goal is to get reach. These are videos that are meant to get lots of views. Okay, this brings people in. If you think of it like top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, this top of funnel, you're bringing people into your ecosystem. Middle of funnel, you're educating them. Okay, you're training them to realize that you actually know what you're talking about. Like, you're not some weirdo just giving tips. You're saying, hey, whenever I tell you how to do biceps, I'm giving you 3 really unique tips that you've probably never heard before. Okay, that's a great middle of funnel piece. And then bottom of funnel is where you talk about your product or your service without being overly salesy. Okay, I'm gonna I'm going to work through this with a gardener. Love my gardener examples, okay? A top of funnel video for a gardener. Maybe I post this on a Monday. It would be how to feed a family of 5 on $10. Literally anybody on the planet would be at least mildly interested in watching that video. Maybe a 16-year-old boy would be like, I don't really care about feeding a family of 5. I have zero recollection or reason to watch that. But anybody else would be at least intrigued. Even if they don't have a family of 5, they'd be like, I'm kind of interested in watching that. Okay? Large reach. Now, the middle of funnel content would be something like how to build a hydroponic garden in only 10 square feet. Okay? Not everyone's going to care about that. It's a little bit more niche specific. Your gardeners are gonna care about it. The people who, maybe have a homestead or care a little bit more about it, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm really intrigued by this. I only have 10 feet of space. How are they gonna do it? It's gonna be a little bit more niche specific, and you're gonna add a ton of value in there. Now, let's say I'm a gardener and I am known for selling my carrot seeds. Okay? I got a website and I sell carrot seeds for $10, and that's how I make my money. For every million views I get, I make $10,000 in carrot seeds. All right, here's my bottom of funnel content. How to get your carrot size to double. We don't have to. How to get your carrot size to double. I didn't entirely think about the wording on this. Just roll with me here. How to get your carrot size to double, and I'm talking about an actual carrot. This is really specific. It's about your product. It's about your seed that you're selling. Oh, this just gets worse and worse. But you get the point, okay? Now I want to talk about 3 questions you're going to ask yourself whenever you're making a top of funnel piece, a middle of funnel piece, and a bottom of funnel piece. Okay, top of funnel. Can anyone watch this? All right, can anyone watch this? Literally, ask yourself, could literally anybody on the planet watch this? It doesn't have to be entirely, it should be like 95% of the people on the planet. Middle of the funnel, whenever I'm trying to educate them and nurture them. If they applied this to their life, would their life be way better? Okay? You doing something funny and screaming in the hallway of your high school is not gonna make you money. It's just not, you singing a song to Tate McRae while you and your girls are getting ready in the mirror, it's not going to make you money. There might be a bunch of horny guys that sit there and watch it. You might get a lot of views.